Music students at Eastlake High School were treated to an experience of a lifetime recently. They were joined by musicians from the Florida Orchestra as part of the orchestra's side-by-side series. It was an opportunity that Eastlake students will not soon forget.
We're here today at Eastlake High School to continue our program of what we call side-by-sides. This is a chance for the young musicians here at Eastlake High School to work alongside the Florida Orchestra, to play alongside them, to listen to them within the space of a foot. That's a little bit like training with the Yankees if you're a baseball player here in Tampa Bay area. So it's a wonderful chance for them to hear really what happens when an orchestra plays, how loud you have to play, how soft, how much energy and enthusiasm, how much skill, and how we listen to each other and work together. And you only get that from being part of it, and we feel very happy about doing these side-by-sides.
It was such an amazing event because the kids got to hear and learn from professionals in the music world and the orchestral side of things. And we have a growing program here that started with 23 students last year, now to 53. So this has been a huge thing for them to prepare for and leapfrog to, and they're super excited about it.
Florida Orchestra has been a staunch supporter of music in our schools, a staunch supporter of the referendum, going so far as putting ads in their program just because the belief that they have about reaching students. So we think these partnerships make school real. It makes it relevant. It makes it, you see you're part of something bigger than yourself. And the Florida Orchestra has just been incredible to us.
Good.
Honors continued to roll in on many levels for students throughout the county this spring. One of the recipients of the National Art Educators Association Awards was Osceola High School's Kaitlyn Kennedy. In a juried art show, which drew nearly 800 entries nationwide, Kaitlyn was among 60 students whose work was selected to be exhibited at the NAEA Gallery and Studio in Alexandria, Virginia this summer. Kaitlyn's art teacher, Ted LoCascio, is among those who were impressed with his sophomore's amazing work.
Kaitlyn is a very, very talented young lady. She is very advanced for her age. She's only a sophomore. She's finishing up her 10th grade year here at Osceola. But even when she came in as a freshman and we did our first couple of assignments, I could see that she already had some natural ability, and she was able to solve my visual problems in very unique and creative ways, more so than some of the other beginning students, because it was a beginning class. So usually when that happens, it means one of two things or both. It usually means the student does have a lot of skills already inherent, and or they had a really good teacher in middle school and maybe even elementary, and probably some of both.
Well, I've been drawing things since I was a little kid. I've always doodled whenever I had free time, and I guess I didn't really mean to get into art. It just kind of found me. It came naturally, I guess. There are a lot of artists in my family, and they're not all visual artists. There's all sorts of theatrical arts and musical arts, and then there are visual artists, so I guess that really influenced me. It was around middle school when I started sort of recognizing that I had a thing for art, and I got a little bit more serious about it, and I started taking on more serious projects. I guess sort of finding my medium, my preferred medium. I experimented a lot with painting and different things. Well, I started out drawing with pencil and graphite, but I kind of had an ambition to do more. So that was a challenge to get into painting and more serious mediums. Drawing is at the very minimum of it all, and if you don't know how to draw, then that is sort of the basic fundamental for everything else. There was definitely a very steep learning curve with that.
Like, where is this ball?
There's a lot of similarities
Oh, I see.
though.
I have like
You can kind of, it's just, it takes a while to find out how to do things on a different, in a different setting. Because you're learning how to do things in a computer program instead of on physical paper, so
I like it.
it's weird sort of translating that.
Now, did you
My teacher encourages me to take new directions with my art, things that I probably wouldn't have thought of myself. I feel as if I know the most about traditional color pencils and things like that because that's what I'm most experienced with. But I also like to challenge myself too, try new things. There are creative blocks, I think. It could last a couple days where I just don't want to do anything. And then suddenly I'll just get inspired and I'll instantly want to get something down on a surface.
Her artwork was chosen as one of 60 pieces that were chosen to hang in the National Art Honor Society home offices in Alexandria, Virginia. It's a national competition, and you have to be a member of the National Art Honor Society, which Kaitlyn is, to submit work. And so I chose one of her better digital paintings that she did for me in our digital art class, which we also used in her AP Breadth portfolio this year. And I submitted that, and thankfully it was one of the 60 that were chosen to hang in their gallery. Her work was definitely, recognized from a much larger pool, and it's nationwide, so it's not just county-wide or even statewide, it's nationwide. So that's great, that her work is being recognized at such on such a large scale like that.
It's a huge honor. My parents are really excited, and they've been so supportive of me getting into art, and it's kind of, I'm really thankful that they're so supportive because, you always hear a lot of parents saying that they want their kids to become a doctor and make a lot of money, and that doesn't always happen with artists, but it's what I want to do, and I'm thankful that they're allowing me to sort of follow my own path.
We do painting, traditional painting, and we do also digital painting. So Kaitlyn is a master at both. I think she's really great at taking what she knows about traditional painting and about mark making with the brush and applying that into the digital realm as well with a pressure-sensitive pen and tablet on the computer using Adobe Photoshop. When you're painting on the computer, you're looking forward at a screen and your hand is down here, so you're not looking at where your hand is moving. You're looking at the screen to see the mark that you're making. And there's a bit of a disconnect there. And I think it takes some students a little while to get used to that. I'm predominantly the 2D teacher here. I teach digital photography, and I also teach digital art imaging, and I teach 2D AP and AP drawing, and I also have introductory 2D courses. So I don't teach any of the 3D stuff. That's my partner, Miss Quimby. She handles that. Right now, this year, she's helping with the creative photography courses too, but we collaborate a lot on how to grow the program. Right now, our focus really is on the AP classes, the studio art classes, and how to get more students to want to reach that level and be able to come in here and create portfolios that can be reviewed by the College Board and hopefully earn them college credit. So that's kind of our main focus right now, is trying to create advanced students.
The annual Jim Harbin Educational Media Awards competition has ended for another year. Winners were announced recently on the St. Petersburg College Seminole campus. We'll take you to Digitorium when we come back on Spectrum of the Arts.